A video goes viral, millions of views in hours. The claim? Afghan forces just shot down a Pakistani F-16 fighter jet, tail number 85510, during one of the most dangerous escalations in the region in years. Social media explodes, news outlets scramble, and everyone is asking the same question. Is Pakistan losing this war in the skies? The short answer, no. And today, we're going to show you exactly why this claim falls apart, piece by piece. To understand why this video went viral, you first need to understand just how tense things have become between Pakistan and Afghanistan. This is not a new conflict. For months, Pakistan and Afghanistan have been locked in a dangerous cycle of tit-for-tat clashes along their shared border. Land crossings that millions of people rely on have been largely shut since a particularly deadly round of fighting back in October, fighting that killed more than 70 people on both sides. At the heart of the dispute, Pakistan accuses Afghanistan's Taliban government of allowing militant groups that carry out deadly attacks inside Pakistan, to operate freely on Afghan soil. The Taliban denies it. Multiple rounds of ceasefire negotiations, even ones brokered by Qatar and Turkey, have failed to produce a lasting agreement. Then, this week, everything escalated dramatically. Pakistani forces launched airstrikes on major Afghan cities, including Kabul, the capital. Islamabad's own defense minister went on record declaring the two countries were now in, and I'm quoting here, open war. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif responded by saying his country's armed forces have, quote, the full capability to crush any aggressive ambitions. This is the backdrop, and it's exactly the kind of moment when misinformation spreads fastest. So here's what happened. Afghan media, specifically Tolo News, citing unnamed sources, reported that Afghan forces had shot down a Pakistani aircraft that had entered Afghan airspace. Then, a video started circulating online. It showed the burning wreckage of a downed plane with what appeared to be a Pakistani flag painted near the tail, and a visible serial number, 85510. The claim was simple and explosive. Pakistan just lost an F-16. And here's why it spread so fast. People want to believe it. In a conflict this intense, a shot-down fighter jet is a huge story. It's symbolic, it shifts the narrative, it's shareable. But let's actually look at the evidence. This is where it gets really interesting. Problem number one, the shape doesn't match. Defense analysts and aviation experts who examined the viral footage pointed out something immediately obvious to anyone familiar with military aircraft. The shape and size of the wreckage does not resemble an F-16. The F-16 Fighting Falcon is one of the most recognizable jet fighters in the world. It has a very specific fuselage profile, wing configuration, and tail structure. What's shown in that video doesn't match. Problem number two. The tail number doesn't exist. Pakistan operates a well-documented fleet of F-16s. Cross-referencing publicly available F-16 inventory records, there is no Pakistani F-16 with tail number 85510. That aircraft does not exist in Pakistan's Air Force registry. Problem number three. Pakistan confirmed 0 aircraft losses. Pakistan acknowledged the airstrikes. They confirmed operations against militant targets, but they reported absolutely no aircraft losses. 0. No distress calls, no search and rescue operations, no military acknowledgement of any kind. Problem number four. Even AI analysis flagged it. A query run through Grok, X's AI assistant, came back with the same conclusion. The wreckage in the video does not resemble an F-16 fighter jet. And defense publication Global Defense Corp, which covered this story, stated they could not independently verify the Afghan claim. That's journalistic shorthand for we looked and we couldn't find anything to back this up. The verdict. This video is almost certainly AI-generated or fabricated content designed to go viral during a crisis moment. And it worked. For a while. You might be wondering, why does it matter if one video is fake? People share fake things all the time. Here's why it matters a lot right now. Pakistan and Afghanistan are in a real, active, and dangerous conflict. Real strikes happened. Real people on both sides have died. The stakes are extraordinarily high. This is a nuclear-armed nation in open confrontation with its neighbor. In that environment, misinformation doesn't just mislead, it can escalate. A false claim of a downed aircraft could inflame public opinion. It could pressure governments into decisions they wouldn't otherwise make. It could become propaganda. This is how information warfare works in the modern age. You don't need to win on the battlefield if you can win the narrative. And a viral video, even a fake one, can shape that narrative faster than any press release. Let's zoom out for a second because the actual story here is serious enough without the misinformation. Pakistan has carried out multiple rounds of strikes inside Afghanistan in recent months. Afghan forces have retaliated. Both militaries have claimed to have killed dozens of opposing soldiers in just the latest round of violence alone. Pakistan's operation this week was, according to Islamabad, a direct response to Afghan forces attacking Pakistani troops, which itself followed earlier Pakistani airstrikes. It's a cycle that neither side seems able or willing to break. The ceasefire efforts led by Qatar and Turkey have stalled. The border is largely closed, and now the defense minister has used the words open war publicly. This is a genuine crisis, and it deserves genuine, accurate reporting, not viral fabrications designed to exploit fear and uncertainty. So, to be completely clear, there is no verified evidence that Pakistan lost an F-16 fighter jet. The video circulating online shows wreckage that does not match an F-16, carries a serial number that doesn't appear in Pakistan's inventory, and has not been corroborated by any independent source. What is real is the conflict itself, and that's the story that deserves your attention. If you want to stay on top of this developing situation with accurate, verified information, subscribe and hit the bell. We'll be covering every major update as this unfolds. Drop your questions and thoughts in the comments, and as always, don't share before you verify.